messing it up already. There we go. All right. We are live. We are fixing our camera. Hi, guys. Good morning. Hey, everybody.
Morning.
Just getting set up. How's everybody doing today? Hey. Hi, Melinda. I'm getting better at reading sideways. How's everybody doing? Hi. Good morning. Sending some Tampa love. Oh, please send us some warmth. I've got my warm fuzzy socks on right now because it's miserable. It's miserable, guys. Make Matt move to Florida. Operation Make Matt Move to Florida. This is what we're working on. Oh, I am so glad that this is helping. Hey, from the UK. Good. We've got, this is Matt's topic that he came up with today. So we are totally going to get started here in a minute, but, yep, keep working hard, guys. It's a process, you know, getting to the success level that you want to get to is definitely not easy, but it's worth it, right? And so, today's topic is getting involved. And we're going to kind of talk to you about getting involved in a different way. So if you kind of want to save your questions for the end, we'll read sideways and try to read all your questions to you. But we've been getting some seriously awesome love from the last couple of days. So we've got 2 more days left in our little series. So today we're talking about getting involved. So one of the basic things that Matt actually did before, like, you know, a lot of people have been saying, like, how do I get my husband involved? How do I get my husband to work the business? You know, he's good at sales. He's good, you know, he works in a sales job. How do I get him involved? And so, you know, especially if they're not on Facebook and they're not a part of the business and they don't understand social media, like what is the first thing that you can do to help get them involved? Take it away.
So we were sitting around dinner time last night and trying to think about, you know, what's today's message going to be. And, you know, I kind of thought back of, you know, what are some of the fun things that we did to get where we are today. And one of the things, and it took me a while, but it was trying the product and doing a workout. You know, I was always that stubborn person that she would be up so early and it was always too early for me to get up, or it was part of like, I just don't have time, you know, and the hours that I was putting in before, you know, it made it a little more difficult to do workouts because we get home and I wanted to spend time with the kids and we had other things that we were trying to accomplish. And really what we were looking at was, you know, I was making some excuses. So, you know, I've done some of the Beachbody products before and at the beginning, I mean, I did Shakeology, but I wasn't really supportive with it. I drank it because whatever.
How long did it, okay, at first on day 1, were you supportive of Shakeology?
No. I know that was, and I chuckle because part of like when we went to the 15-star day in California, Carl kind of sat me down and we had a video about it. And, you know, part of my story was I said, she bought her first bag and I said, that was your bag of liquid gold, have fun with it. And that's what I called it because it was a fortune and it was something we couldn't afford.
So how long did it take you before you actually tried Shakeology? And did I push you to drink Shakeology?
There was some push, you know, but I did give it a whirl. And it was, you know, I think I started a little bit of my diet fix and, you know, I added that for lunch. And I remember taking that bottle into work and my coworkers would sit there and make fun of me about it and say, what is your wife doing? And, you know, and I took some abuse and I was like, you know what, that's fine. It was, you know, kind of part of the process. And it was one of those things that, you know, I started to realize as people make fun, it was more or less because they just didn't understand. And, you know, a couple people at work, I got more involved just because I would start talking about, I had no idea, like a lot of the stuff that goes down in the background, but enough that, you know, got people interested. And then I would just shoo her over to her and she would take care of the rest.
Right.
You know,
But so you didn't start drinking Shakeology. It was probably, what, 6 months, 8 months?
Probably a year.
Yeah, a year. So I literally got up every morning, did my workout, did my own thing. I started changing the way we were eating at home, but other than that, nothing. Matt was not involved. He sort of just watched me, and I I knew the more I pushed him to try Shakeology or do the workouts, I was actually pushing him away. So you're definitely the kind of person that if I push an issue, it sort of pushes you further away and you refuse to do it. So then it puts a bad taste in his mouth. So I sort of was like, all right, I'm just going to keep doing my thing. And even though you don't really get it or understand why, I'm just going to keep going. And then eventually he got on board with Shakeology, right? So then let's sort of, and I wanted to talk about that because I just think that some people think, oh, it was 2 months into the business and he started drinking Shakeology, or, you know, getting involved happened right away for us. Like this was an entire 12 months of me continuing at it until he kind of got the picture, the vision. Yeah. So what would you say the next thing is when we say get involved? Like what is our tip for today?
Try the product. So, I mean, I know the husbands out there sometimes are skeptical because, you know, they're either a gym rat or they're, you know, they have their own workout routine.
Or they like their own protein powder.
Yeah. And so, I mean, like I said, you don't have to go full board, but like I said, it was, you know, one of the fun things that we did together was a workout. And it was, you know, years on years, I think, what, 2.5, almost 3 years? When did Max 30 come out? We got set up with the test group, and I committed to it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do this with you. And she's like, are you going to get up at 5 in the morning with me? And I said, sure. And I was like, you know what, and I figured, and I think she probably figured I'd make it, what, a week, 2 weeks, and I was the one pushing her out of bed after about 2 weeks of getting into the routine and just saying, you know what, this is kind of fun, it's worth it. And it was actually... at the end, it was awesome because at 5 o'clock in the morning, my day was done for my workout.
Look at how much love you're getting on this.
And it was a great time. And people were like, you're crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm crazy, but now I walk in the door. I might be an inkling tired, or I might go to bed 20 minutes earlier because I'm a little bit tired. But I was like, all right, let's go, you know? And I literally would go to bed at 10 o'clock. And I'm normally like the 11 o'clocker. And I was up at 5, kicking her, getting her out of bed. We did our workout. I was off to work, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I mean, and that was fun for me, you know. And when it was done, we kind of looked at each other like, what workout are we doing next? And then
we redid it. We redid Max 30 because we loved it so much. But it sort of, Matt started letting me take selfies, you know, and it became kind of our thing, was this stupid morning workout face, and people started following us for Matt's crazy workout selfies. And honestly, those were not staged. That was Matt, let's take a picture, and that was the face I got. And that's how it stuck, you know. And again, people look, they liked your morning workout selfies too. But yes, people, baby steps, you're right, you know. And people would make fun of him. They would get together, like all of his guy friends from college would get together, and what would they say to you about your workout selfies?
They'd pull up pictures, or I'll get random texts of my stupid face from my buddies, and then I was like, you know what, that's fine. And because, like I said, by this time, I kind of realized that this is, it might have got somebody out of bed. It might have made somebody's day because they needed a little chuckle over my stupid size video or my whatever. And it's part of the business. I mean, some people don't like to be put out there, and that's fine. They don't have to be. There's a lot of husbands that I know that don't like to be in front of a camera. I didn't like to be in front of a camera because I was like, that's fine. Yeah. But, you know, like I said, with what we do and how it is, like I said, I talk to her, you know, if she's going to post something personal, or if we're going to, you know, she talks money, you know, she comes to me first to make sure we're, you know, I'm comfortable with it, because some things aren't meant to be out there. Some things are, and it's like one of those are a balance with that too. But you know, like I said, it was, you know, if you can get your husband to do a quick baby steps on trying a video, or you know, doing just something, because it becomes your time, you know, like if you give up an hour at night to let them work the business, then you have an hour back together of making fun of each other in the morning, or vice versa. So, and it was our quality time together.
So Matt didn't actually start with Max 30. Somebody asked this question, what workout would you suggest to start with? It was actually after Summit, at the launch of T25. That was the workout program that Matt came home from Summit and was like, I'm going to do T25. And that was you working out every single night after work by yourself. And you did the entire T25 workout program.
And I loved it because it's 25 minutes. I mean, I'm a 30-minute workout guy now. I mean, like, I can't do any longer. So, like, if you try to throw in P90, P90X, I mean, they're too long for me. I don't have that much time that I can... At that time, I could dedicate to it. 25 minutes, that was pretty good.
And what you've done the entire 21 Day Fix Extreme workout program. You guys actually did like a guys challenge group, like between all the husbands and that you are friends with. You guys all did a challenge group together, and you did the whole 21-day fix extreme.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't get that one. You've done the entire Insanity workout program. You've done the Ultimate Reset,
which I'm
twice.
about to do again.
Yep. So anybody that wants to join us, we're going to do the Ultimate Reset in 2 weeks.
No.
What did he say?
Lift some weights.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm really excited.
Cardio.
I did do the hammer and chisel this morning. That's on demand. That was awesome. I mean, I have a shoulder issue, so I really can't go crazy on weights. So it's more or less I go for more of the cardio.
And you're a Shaun T guy. That's kind of your thing. You like the cardio, and the no weights, and it just works for us. That's kind of what we both enjoy. Like if you made him do a Tony Horton, he probably wouldn't do it, right? He just likes that intensity of Shaun T. So.
Insanity's crazy. I threw my back out twice doing Insanity, so I would stick to T25, but I hurt my shoulder doing T25 because you just need
to modify it.
Yeah,
if you have
so
an injury.
the modifiers have helped me. I loved Insanity. It's 45 minutes. The second one's really rough, but that's my own personal opinion, and it depends upon what level your significant other is down for.
Right. Yeah. No, we're not like bodybuilding family at all. We're just about being healthy. It's just clean eating to us, and that's what's important, and making sure we set a good example for our family, and that we're staying healthy. And I think that's a big thing for both of us. Like, we value our families, and we see what it's done for our kids. We've seen what it's done for our in-laws. Like, both of our parents now are drinking Shakeology, are eating clean. Like, his mom has lost almost 50 pounds. She's getting close to the 50-pound mark.
Yeah, and that was, and I kind of approached my mom on this one.
Yeah.
And like I said, she doesn't like us,
talking
pushing
about
and things like that. And it's
Yeah.
one of those things, I don't push her. But her Mother's Day gift, and that was to me, was I cooked for her for 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it was healthy eating, getting her to change it. And guess what? When I cooked dinner, my dad came down, and they both started to lose weight. My mom's been full tilt since Mother's Day.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right. Since Mother's Day. And 50 pounds. She came over last night, and she's like, look at my pants. They're big. What do I do? I'm like, it's because you're losing weight. I'm like, so all of the things that we've done have been because we want to just help other people know how to live a healthier life. And so if I would have forced it at the beginning, would have ruined everything that's came out of it. So maybe it took us a little longer to get on board, for Matt to really get on board, but look what it's done to the rest of our family. And I think that's really awesome. I mean, even my mom, has lost 30 pounds. She's now a coach. My dad has people asking him what he's doing. Matt's dad travels for work. He takes his Shakeology with him everywhere he goes. So it's just become a family affair. And even our kids are like, hey, that's not a healthy choice. Should we be eating that? So it's pretty cool. I can do a blog post. I actually have a blog post on healthy snacks for kids, but a lot of things, like I've made clean eating Lunchables, just making their own Lunchables, or we have like a chicken fingers and French fries recipe on the blog that you can make. I have a lot of like husband friendly recipes, like things that Matt makes. Like, what are some of the things that you make that are easy?
That's a lot.
Turbo fire chili.
Yeah, I mean,
anything on the grill.
And guys, take it this way. Be candid with them too if you don't like it. I remember nights that Mel would try to force me to eat something.
Pumpkins.
Yeah, I came home and I had pumpkin. It was literally like, it was a poor little pumpkin chopped in half, baked, and I was like, all right, Domino's pizza.
And that was at the beginning. Seriously, I found it out of the clean eating cookbook, and I made clean eating pumpkins for dinner, and I thought it was cute. It was a great presentation. Didn't taste so
I tried to carve it first.
So anyways, moral of the story, just start with the workouts. Don't necessarily push the business. Start with the workouts. Get them to believe in the product. That becomes your biggest advocate. Like Matt said, that took his shake to work every day. People started seeing what he was doing. People would ask, he would suggest.
And somebody asked the question is, did I push the product at work? Absolutely not. So I had a Shakeology bottle. It sat on my desk. If somebody came up and asked me, that's how the conversation started. I didn't walk around and say, hey, try this. Or if somebody said, hey, you lost some weight, what did you do? That's how it was, because it was a work spot for me. So it was one of those things I wasn't trying to cause conflict, but it was one of those things if somebody did, And a lot of the people that did ask questions were the people I did not expect it. And, you know, some of them became good friends and buddies, and they understood and asked a lot of questions, and I supported them through work just by that.
Right.
And it wasn't me trying to be a beach body coach. This was just me trying to help somebody at work.
Right. And now Matt doesn't run the business. No, he supports me on my end. So it's more of, you know, he is leading by example, obviously in that way, but he's not promoting challenge groups or running challenge groups or doing any of that sort. So his support in the business is exactly what you see. I mean, you see what we do on social media, and then behind the scenes just with, you know, kind of just developing relationships with the other husbands and supporting me any way that I can so we can make it run. It's our family business. This is what we do. It's our lifestyle. It's taken us 4 years to get it together. You know, it's been hard. It's been kind of like, let's just throw it together and make it work. And then once we sort of had this shift, and in the past month, now the kids are back in school and it's not summer, we're starting to get into a good routine. So it's working. It's been phases and just, it's been a challenge, but it's worked and we love it and we wouldn't change it for the world. So we know how much it impacts other people. You know, and I don't think either one of us would be as passionate as we are if we didn't believe in the mission behind what we were doing. And I think that's the bottom line. Like, we own a company that we truly are passionate about and we believe in, and we back everything that they say and do. So.
Yeah, like I said, as you're looking at your significant other to change, also look at yourself for changing. So what else can you do to improve yourself too? So if it's something you know that irritates your husband, don't try to do it. You know, it's some of those things that, like, you know, I know there's times that, like, I asked her just, you know, if we're going to eat dinner, the phone's, like she said, she turns it off and puts it on. That's because we've talked about it. Or little things like that if it's dinging, put it on vibrate or do something different. And, you know, like I said, look at different ways that maybe you can help the situation too without, you know, you're not giving away everything, but it's more or less, you know, like I said, it's a compromise on both sides. So it's fun that way.
Matt, what things have helped you get on board?
Like I said, we kind of talked about it, just understanding the business, doing the summit things. Like I said, I would highly recommend, like I said, Super Saturdays or small steps. It's local, it's quick, you get an idea. I know typically Jeff and Mike will do a video of some sorts of like what's happening on Beachbody, just to get an idea of like, hey, what's coming down the pipe, what's not. Right. Like I said, you know, if you can get them to do workouts or try some different food, or if they like to cook, have them help you cook. Yeah. You know, those are just little things. I'm all about the baby steps because I took the baby steps. Yeah. And then, like I said, if you have a couple get-togethers, or if you have some other husbands, you know, that, you know, maybe have a really good supportive husband that's out there, maybe you could kind of get together and have a, you know, a beer or two with them at the bar and just say, hey, you know, what's your thoughts? What can I, you know, like I said, what can you do? I mean, you know, I've got the best of both worlds. I've had husbands that were negative that fed. I was one of them that fed off other negative husbands, and it made it worse. And then you kind of realize there's more out there. The other side of the story.
There was a question that somebody asked, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. But somebody said, how did you deal with, or how did we handle the change of going from you being the sole provider to the tables being flipped?
To be honest with you, we don't look at money as like the key indicator. To me, it was what's best for the family. So I looked at this as...
it wasn't an ego thing.
No, I mean, I like to work. I mean, there's some days that I do miss going in and having a job at days. I mean, because you had a consistent flow versus this is a lot different for me. I do a lot more of the running. I do a lot of, like I said, the back behind the scenes, and I think that's what keeps me sane. But you know, it wasn't the flip. The flip to me was it made more sense for the family. You know, financially, emotionally, the family presence,
our relationship, everything.
And that's really what I took away from it and said, you know what, I can put my career on hold. You know, because I don't look at myself as retired. I'm helping her run a big business. So to me, I take it as a positive, not as a negative. You know, everybody I've talked to, you know, like I said, we've got a lot of different inputs. I've gone to people I worked with and kind of bounced things off of them. And, you know, everything came back positive, and that's the way I took it, and I ran with it and said, you know what, I can do some dishes and do some other things to kind of take some things off the plate, because I'm, you know, like I said before, I was, you know, doing stuff that helped people in hospitals and other things like that, but this was a different type of helping, which she could be more directly involved and help others become more healthy, become more financially successful, to get just the, you know, other things in other people's lives that, you know, I couldn't touch, which to me was really important. So.
Right. All right, and so it took us like three and a half years before you made the decision. So I have been a coach for 3.5 years before Matt before he left his job. Somebody did ask me that, so it took us a while. To get
It was
there.
staged. I mean, like, we talked about it. We put it on the side burner. We talked about it, put it on the side burner, and then finally, I think, what was it, January? It just,
we started to really say this could be an option. Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we burning the candle at both ends when we definitely have the flexibility and the options? And we paid everything off at that point. It was just the next logical step. So anyways, so tip of the day, get your husband involved in some way. Just you as the coach, lead by example, and hopefully eventually they will follow along. Get them involved in a workout program. Matt tried a lot of them before he found the one that he wanted to actually do too. So be willing to give it a try. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for following us. We've got our last one coming up tomorrow, so don't forget to check in. It might have to be an early one because we sort of have a lot of things to do with Landon at school. We have to go to school tomorrow.
oh, that's right.
At 9:15, and then we're gone all afternoon. So we'll probably be up and early doing this in the morning. So
And if you have some topics or questions, please hit us over, because
hit us at the like page. Committed to Getting Fit. Send me a personal message or just post it there, and I'll get it, and we'll share it tomorrow for our last day. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy your Thursday. See ya. Oh, it's we don't know yet. We kind of wing it. It'll be in the morning sometime. It'll probably be before 9 a.m. because we have to be at school at 9:15, I think. So it'll be early.